Today I'm going to be drawing again. Um, I'm not sure what I want to draw. I want to make another tutorial. I can make a tutorial on how to draw cats. Okay, I'll probably explain a lot of different things today because, I just want to. Okay, so first of all, to draw a cat, you need to understand one principle, and it's that when you draw animals in general, when you draw any animal, and I learned that from a book, is that every animal consists of three parts. First of all is the head, then the neck, then this. This. This essentially is how every animal is formed. You have the head, the neck, okay, maybe four parts because there's this part and then there's this part. But yeah, this is how every animal is formed. To make a cat, you just make this part bigger and more round, right? I'm gonna make this a little stylized because I don't draw realism. And this is the cat's neck, right? This is the body, and these are the hips. This isn't perfect, right? But you get the idea. Get the idea of how it's formed. And then you put the shoulders are basically right here, and obviously the leg is going to be here. Let's draw the tail. I want to make it clear that to be able to draw anything, actually, you're going to need an understanding of 3D space. And so, yeah, you're going to have to study how to draw and think in 3D to be able to learn pretty much anything, actually. Okay, so basically, this part, this part is the elbow, and the ankle, you're going to often find that the cats don't stand on their whole feet. They stand on these little nubs, right? The paw. And then there's this part extended, right? This part is actually the ankle. And this is present with a lot of animals, like furries in general. I learned this because I used to draw furries. Actually, I still draw furries. But basically, when I was learning to draw furries, I learned this. So this is how you draw the arm, and this is how you draw the leg. The leg basically follows the same principle. It's just chunkier, right? Yeah, so this is basically it. Okay, I give the cat a chin, but cats don't have chins. Actually, only humans have chins. Humans are the only creatures that have chins. Right. So I'm going to tweak this a little. Oh, and I'm going to make it a little shorter. So that's how I draw cats. That's not the only right way, but I was just explaining how I personally do it, following this principle. I don't remember which book I learned it from. Um, but yeah, We can also use this principle to draw any other animal, right? Okay, I don't know why I drew this head. We can use this principle to draw. Okay, first you're going to need a reference. I have so many tabs open. Give me a moment. Pinterest. Yeah, and here you're going to look for a reference. Let's look for, say, wait. Oh my God, look. That's so convenient because just now I was explaining how to draw cats, and here you have it in Pinterest. So yeah, this part is the hip, this is the knee, and this is the ankle, right? So this is the knee, and this is the ankle. Oh, yeah, this is the ankle. Okay, so let's look for. Okay, let's just search animal and draw the first thing that shows up. I don't know. Hmm. Okay, let's draw this deer. Let's draw this deer. Hmm. So following the same principle, let's divide this deer into sections. First, you have the head. Okay, so the head consists of a circle and then the snout. So this just helps you understand how the head works. Okay, so there's the head, there's the neck, here's the body, and the butt, or the hip. Call it whatever you want. This is the base shape to draw a deer, for drawing a deer. Oh, okay, so the ears are right here. This is how you draw the deer. So let's start with the shoulder. Shoulder is going to be up here, I assume. And here's the hip. Let's draw the eyes because eyes are so cute. Yeah, cute little deer eye. Hmm. Let's bring this reference a little over here so that we can also look at it. So a deer's legs is like it looks like ours. It looks a lot like our legs because it has a knee and it has this little ankle. So like what I'm saying, like when I said it looks like human legs, it's because if I draw a human, these legs would make sense, right? There's the knee and the ankle and stuff. So I think this one's pretty easy. The proportions, let's look at the proportions between deer. So it's not exactly half, but it's about half. Like the body and the head are about half of it, similar to a human. I explained the proportions last time to how the human's half is the crotch and then the legs. This is similar. See, when you're drawing an animal, you want to compare it to what you already know, right? When you're learning anything, you need to compare it to what you already know to make it easier. I know how to draw humans. So when I'm trying to draw an animal, I compare it to what a human looks like. And I'm like, oh, so it looks quite similar to how I would draw humans. Yeah. So I'm essentially just studying the reference to be able to replicate it. So we're gonna get the proportions. And a lot of people will try to tell you that copying is cheating in art, but that's not true. Copying is the best way to learn. And tracing is okay too. Like I traced this over this picture because I'm trying to learn how to draw this. You need to know what something looks like in order to be able to draw it, right? So yeah, it's don't be afraid to copy. This should right here, and the legs should end over here. And then we're going to draw the hooves. I want to also recommend a website. It's called Line of Action. Yeah, this website. Basically, when you open this website, you can choose what you want to study. When you're studying art, you can choose what you want to study here. And I'm going to choose what I want. Okay, so let's just pick only mammals for now. And then uh portrait. And then you can choose when how long you want each image to display for. Let's choose a minute. And number of images, let's just go with unlimited for now. And this, basically you get a reference and you need to draw this reference during this time, this amount of time. These are hippos, but half of their bodies are underwater, so it's not really a good reference. But okay, we're going to look at that after we finish what we're currently doing. We're currently drawing the deer. Yeah. So this is what we're going to be doing for now. But obviously it's not gonna look good from the first try. Like this doesn't look so good, right? This doesn't exactly look so appealing. Let's add a little tail. Maybe the tail's gonna make it look a little better. The spots. Okay, so this isn't terrible. This is actually my first time drawing a deer, so I'm basically teaching you how to learn, right? This is how to learn. Um, but yeah, we can try drawing more animals now. Let me just erase this and let's move this deer to another spot. And now we can use this line of action website. Right, let's draw this cute little creature. So, like I said, don't be shy to draw from references because this is how you learn. This is how you learn. This is how experts learn. So, let's try not tracing this time. Let's try just observing. Let's start with the head. We always start with the head. And you can see that, okay, it's a little chunky. This creature is a little bit chunky. Okay, we've got the base shape. Then we're going to go tail and then your feet, the little hands. Wait, and we drew this creature in under a minute. Okay, its eyes are a little far apart. Okay, yeah, sure, this looks good. Next. Oh, baby elephant, so cute, so cute. Screenshot, import the reference. I like to have the reference in front of me. Okay, now let's draw the elephant. You can see that the elephant's head is a little, it's like a little flat on one side. Okay, not flat, but it has a bit of a shape. It's not a perfect circle. So we're going to be replicating that. See, the best when you're drawing or when you're learning how to draw something, you need to look at the shapes, the basic shapes, and you replicate those first, and then you add details later. You can see that it has these big ears, so I'm going to be drawing big ears. Let's go with dot eyes because they're cuter. Now for what I taught you. We're going to divide the body into these segments. See? Like this. Yeah. You're not gonna get the proportions perfect from the first try. But with more and more practice and with more and more drawing, more and more references, you're going to get better and better over time. So let's look at the legs. Yeah, the elephant's legs are also super similar to our own. The knees are a bit higher up though, like the knees are super close to the body. Like this. And now you can erase the guideline. But like, yeah, this is basically what you wanna do. Does this look like an elephant? Maybe it's not a perfect elephant, but okay, I think the legs are too long. Maybe. Yeah, this looks a little better. Okay, whatever. So yeah, this is how you apply the rule I taught you. When you draw an animal, draw the head, then the neck, then the belly, then the hips. This is how you draw any animal in existence. But how do you draw specific positions? Like for example, say you want to draw a cat sitting down. It's simple. You just draw the cat. So first of all, you need a reference. I'm gonna try drawing it without a reference though. Let's see how good I do without references. This is the body of the cat, right? Here are the arms of the cat, like the shoulders. Cats tend to. Okay, the head is a little too small for my art style, but that's okay. Let's just draw our cute little cat. And obviously the legs are going to be super chunky, but most of the time you're going to cover the legs with the arm. Okay, it's not like an arm, but I don't know, like I'm gonna call them arms because they look like arms. Wait, and this is how you draw a cat sitting down. Just apply the rule. You just divide the body, and that's how you do it. Cool. Okay, this elephant is pissing me off. But like, yeah, this is basically how you draw animals. Yay! Okay, let's do something else. Let's do something else. How to draw hair. So I have a few lines for hair. Let's just let's just make a bunch of heads. Wait, let's wait. Let's give each of them a little bit more space. Okay, that might be a little too many heads, but whatever. Let's just draw the necks. I should have probably done that before duplicating, but whatever. Yeah, so basically, I when I draw hair, I use a few shapes. Like I use this shape for more curly hair. Um, this shape. Okay, so let's see. Let's draw some here and see how many shapes I actually use. First of all, you wanna see where the split is because hair has a split, right? So like when you have this head, there's going to be a little split here where hair comes out from, right? And you're going to draw hair falling from the direction of this split. You can draw it, you cannot draw it, you can do you. I personally don't really draw the split, but I just hint at it. Like for example, I have this character, his name is Dickface. You can see that the hair split is over here, right? And if he was to have bangs, they would come out from this spot, right? Because the split is over here. So yeah, you just decide where the split is. Let's yeah, let's draw Dickface's hair again. I know I just drew it, but let's try it again. So let's analyze this. First of all, we have this shape. Um, this like a curly S shape, and then we just have a curve, and then we have this. I use this in many spots, like here, 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 here. Wait, no. So, like this is pretty much just two two pieces together. But like yeah, you just kind of add chunks together. Try not to make it random. Like try not to just go pew 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 pew. Try not to make it too random. Like okay, so if you're even if it's random, like it can be random. Like for example, I'm drawing mindlessly right now, but not completely mindlessly. Like I'm adding varieties in the hair shape. Some spots are going to be big, some spots are going to be small. Like some chunks of hair are big, some chunks are small. Like this, you can go with a messy hairstyle. So the split is over here. So we're going to draw the hair coming from this spot. Right? This isn't very bad, but it's because I didn't actually make it super random. So, okay. First of all, I like to avoid using hair that points upwards up here, but it's more like a stylistic choice. Like if you want to make your character look like they just woke up, that's fine. But mostly I keep the hair down at the top and make it point upwards at the bottom if I'm going to make it point upwards. Most of the time it's just normal like this. But if your character just woke up, you can go crazy. So this is the direction, right? Yeah, okay, so a lot of people say you can draw ribbons, which is good, but um with certain hairstyles, I'm going to explain that in a minute. When you draw ribbons like this. This is good with certain hairstyles. We're gonna be drawing a lot of hairstyles, okay? The straight hairstyle is pretty easy. It's just it's just straight. But avoid making it like completely straight. Like avoid making like don't just do this and call it a day. Some people do this, but I don't think it looks very good. I like to add some texture and volume, right? Like this is pretty straight. It's not too wavy, but it has some texture, right? This is straight hair. This is curly hair. You can also make the straight hair short, like you do you, man. And just because it's straight, that doesn't mean you should always make it a straight line. Like that's not. You can add a little bit of a wave, like right here, and it would still be considered. It would still be considered straight hair. Unless it's Alistair. Unless you're drawing Alistair. His hair's his is like this, and he has a bald spot at the back. Sorry. Okay. Hmm. Let's draw super curly hair. So super curly hair has a little bit of stylization. Like you can just draw this and call it a day, and it's not bad. It's actually super cute. Or you can go for a more detailed look, where uh, for curly hair, I like to use these. Wait, I like to use a lot of rounded shapes, like this shape mainly and this shape. So I just go, yeah, like this. This is basically how I draw, curly hair. Just give them some bangs. Hmm. Yeah, see, this was good, 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 good. Now, okay, what else? Oh yeah, ponytails and pigtails and these hairstyles, they're pretty easy. Let's draw a ponytail. This is a wavy ponytail. This is a curly. This is a curly ponytail. Uh-huh. Like I said, I'm using this shape and this shape. Oh yeah, you know Verity from My Little Pony? Let's try drawing a hairstyle inspired by her. So Rarity uses ribbons, right? So it's like these two shapes. Ribbons. I don't really like using ribbons for regular hair simply because I think they're just too hard to draw all the time. But they do help you understand how hair works, right? So mm, if we draw this this ribbon, yeah. Okay, you know what? I don't use ribbons. It's just like if I'm drawing wavy hair or curled hair, I just draw curled hair. Right? Like I don't know. It's just my art style. Like it's a cartoony art style. Also, um, if I make a big chunk of hair show off on this side, then I'm gonna make the other side a little thinner, like this. So like I won't go out on both sides. It's not necessarily wrong, but I feel like it provides more shape language and like it gives you more information on where the character is looking. So like, okay, if you don't understand me, maybe I can try filling this spot in, right? If I fill this in, you can pretty much tell that okay, you can pretty much tell that this side is chunkier than this side. So the character is looking this way. Yeah, if I flip, okay, oh my god, the canvas has been flipped this whole time. Okay, so what the point I'm making is that making the hair a little thinner at one side than the other gives you more information on where the character is looking. So that if you're just looking at the silhouette, you can tell the direction. Right, so this is how you draw hair. Oh, hmm. Yeah, I think that's it for today. Bye.